Hey, everybody. I'm Corey Three-Wing with the Dream Attending Experience, and I am so lucky to be with three pioneers of dream attending, Shayla, Donna, and Robin. And they have gotten together with me tonight to talk a little bit about their experience with dream attending over the last 6 months, as well as we've all been together for almost 2 years where we've been doing the dream attending work in the realm of coaching, in the realm of personal and spiritual development. And they've been with us as we created what is now known as the Dream Attending Experience. And so why don't we just pass the feather real quick and go around, and why don't you guys just introduce yourselves? And first of all, thank you for being here with us, you guys. I really appreciate that. And just talk about, start each of you with a simple sentence or two about your experience or your overview of dream attending in your life so far. And we're going to unpack this a little bit deeper. So let's just keep it quick on the front end. Shayla, why don't you start?
I acknowledged my dead hopes and dreams so that I could then dream new things.
All right. Oh, Shayla, you're awesome. Oh, thank you so much. I can't wait to unpack that a little bit more. Yeah, right on. Robin, come on in here.
Okay, so dream intending has opened up my whole mindset to expanded creativity and intentional self-creation. It's been amazing.
So tell us a little bit about that. I mean, those are some pretty fancy words, Robin, and those of us in the coaching world know exactly what you're talking about. But for some of those people out there in the world who might be stumbling upon us for the very first time on their own path or on their own journey, say that again in layman's terms or in simple terms.
Well, I've always sort of known that you create your own identity, and who you believe you are is who you become. But I never, before the Dream Intending group, I never really had the tools to really know exactly how to make that work in a very practical sense. And Dream Intending has really given me things like, how to create the life I love, and like intuition access, and just other like very practical kind of concrete almost tools to develop like a path towards creating a different identity and creating a life that I love to live. And that's really the prime value of the whole dream intending, the whole benefit to it. But there are other things that have come along with that. Like there's an amazing group of us, a tribe that actually supports each other, and we get together fairly regularly and really share our intentions and our intuition work and all the different things that really go into living a dream life, really.
Right.
And it's amazing.
Thank you for that. Thank you. Let's pass that feather to Donna. Hi, Donna. Come on in.
Hi. Dream intending. Yes. Everybody has a wish. Everybody has a dream. But when you intentionally dream it and you intentionally make your true choices, I chose joy. I learned how to make it work for my new life with dream intending.
Oh, right on, Donna. And we're going to unpack some of those things as we chat for a few minutes today as well. I want to ask this other question, you guys. Before dream intending, before you found this and me and this product and this kind of work, this putting yourself first kind of work, what kind of challenges or problems were you facing, before dream intending started up and showed up in your lives? What was going on for you guys? I'll just let you guys, whoever wants to go first. What was happening?
I felt like I was kicking up dust and not getting anywhere.
So kind of oscillating in circles. Right. Okay, good. Thanks, Shayla.
I was creating a new journey, leaving an old position, going to a new position. And this made my dreams come true more when I made it intentional.
Mm-hmm. Well, and Donna, you just retired after a big career and started a whole nother journey. I mean, so we're talking a pretty huge lifestyle change.
Very much so. But it's something that I love. I'm passionate. And it says to do the things you love, have your dream life. And that's what I love. I love serving people. I love helping people. I love spreading the joy. And this group here is so dear to me because Corey and you and Elena are so authentic. You put yourselves out there. I've learned so much from you. You showed us your failures. You showed us your struggles. Like, you're real. And that's what I go by. So I can learn to be a better person, and I can be real and show my authenticity to other people.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, that's one of the things that Maria Elena Pamies and I are my co-hosts. One of the things that we hold very dear, and it was one of our core values as we created Dream Intending, is the fact that, yeah, we each carry some wisdom, but you know what? Everybody in the world carries wisdom. And we have committed to not just teach this work, but to do the work with you guys every single day. Because Dream Intending is a lifestyle choice, you know, where we choose joy every single day. And we look for positivity and possibility through imagination, using the guiding forces of our intuition, which accesses our own genius. You know, but let's talk a little bit about not having those things. You know, like right now we're talking about a bunch of pretty words and pretty results. But when we're living in a life without access to intuition, and, you know, and we're often, sometimes that's some suffering or some woundedness, or we're busy putting other people first. You know, like many of us, almost all of us are pretty much halfway through life, give or take a few years, which means that we've done some stuff and we've been taking care of our partners and our children and our family and our parents. We've also had jobs that take up a significant amount of our time every single week. So where does it come a priority for self-care and self-love? And many of us discover the need for that because there's a lack of it, right? A lack of it. And so let's pass the feather around real quick, because I know Shayla alluded to oscillating or kicking up dust, you know, or maybe that means not making progress, you know, but I think if we're talking about, I don't get to, I'm not worthy, I'm not capable, I don't deserve it, right? I'm not perfect, or I have to fix myself first. I have to fix myself in order to be happy. I have to fix my broken self so that I can make more money or change my job or make a significant change in my world. And the feelings that come with those beliefs about ourselves, which lead to overwhelm, despair, depression, no motivation, and loss of insight. And then our dreams of tomorrow become so far away, and they're almost too painful to even engage in them. Is anything what I'm saying here resonating with the three of you and where you started on this journey?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I could say that I was in kind of a point of despair and just wanting to change pretty much radically everything about my life, but not knowing how to do it or where to turn or even how to think about it, you know? So I knew that I wanted to get out of my job. I knew that, you know, a lot of things weren't making me happy, that I was doing a lot of things for other people, sort of, you know, because I love them, because I care about them, but it wasn't doing anything for me. And that to do something, I had to do something pretty major. And so, you know, I started getting involved with the coaching thing, and that was helpful, but I didn't have the confidence really to know how to coach or to do that. And I didn't really think that I could do that well, and I didn't know. But that's like the not knowing. And then moving into, yeah, I wasn't even able to dream at that point. I had like squashed any ability I had to dream because I didn't want to. It was just too much and too overwhelming to even think about it. And
Yeah,
since the
thanks.
dream intending group, I have just like changed everything about that. Everything about that has changed. That whole mindset has changed. I have the confidence now. I feel like I'm a pretty good coach. I feel like I can access any dream I want. I can ask myself the lofty questions
Right,
that
totally.
lead to bigger and better dreams and bigger and better answers. So yeah, you know, and now I feel like limitless as far as what I could potentially create for my life. And that's just so freeing and so amazing.
There's so much of that story, Donna, I resonate, and Robin and Shayla, I resonate with that too, because the reason I created Dream Intending is in my own journey. I kind of hit that same wall where I was no longer fitting in the ecology of where I was. I'd been in a job for a long time that I wasn't resonating with anymore, and they weren't resonating with me. But at the same time, I needed the job, I needed the insurance, and the longer I stayed, the worse that became. And then, of course, my dreams of who I thought I wanted to be and what I wanted to do, let alone how I wanted to feel, got further and further and further away and out of focus and out of focus. And then I was taking some high level workshops, and one of my mentors would say to me, all right, think of something that you would love to create. Think of something you would love to have in your life. And I'd be like, my dreams are so far away, I don't know. And then he'd be long into this guided meditation and spiritual healing, all this stuff. And I'd still be like, I can't even find the menu, let alone choose from it. Right. And that's why I was like, okay, I can't be the only one.
I relate so much to that.
Really started looking at what it is to reinstall the daydream, what it is to start your imagination to create genius one more time. And then not only from there, since we manifest what we think about. So then this is a really great way to put thoughts in your head that you really care about, as opposed to thoughts in our head that we worry about or that we're running away from, or things that we're struggling with. And if we're thinking those thoughts 75, 95% of the day, those are the things that we're actually making more of. No matter how much hopes and dreams or wish for healing or solutions that we want. But if we're running away, then we're making more of the thing we're running away from. Right. And I woke up to that. And then we've created this journey of writing the most important love letter you're ever going to write. And it's the letter you write to yourself. And you talked about making these true choices. Now let's talk about that. A true choice is a choice you make because you love it. You absolutely love it. It has nothing to do with anybody else's point of view, what they think, anything else. It's yours. It's your very own. It's very personal. And then all of a sudden you ask you to write a list of 100 things that you really love. How did you all feel when I first asked you guys to write a list of 100 things that you absolutely love?
It was daunting.
Overwhelmed. I couldn't think of anything when you first said that. I'm like, with the pen, it was tough. But then once you start it and you get the flow and the momentum, everything starts coming up from the bottom up. You remember the joyful things that you've had or wanted to do and didn't chance to do, and you write them down. You think of something else and you write them down. And as that goes along, it builds the momentum up. And even going through the list, I was even getting more happier and thinking about all the good things that are happening. So it just changed my whole personality that day. I was down and stuck and didn't feel like doing anything. But when I started to do that, and that's just one of the tools that you recommended for us to try. Well, I loved it.
Right. Shayla, how was that for you?
I felt very similar, very, it was daunting. Could probably get through like 50, and then I really had to start thinking. But in doing that, you got to dig a little deeper, and then you find like more things that you can pull out and enjoy. And some of those are dreams that you don't necessarily realize until they've been pulled up.
Yeah, listing our true choices. Writing the menu from which you choose the details of how you want to spend the rest of your life. I think one of the highest things that we do in Dream Intending is that we turn around our perspective to the future, so that the years of the rest of our life are the best years of our life. How does that feel? Is that do you guys resonate with that? I mean, that's a thought that I've just kind of come up with in the last couple of weeks, even about how to talk about what we do here, and about how we take our power back and we are actually choosing and therefore creating our future. So how do you
living in the present moment revolves and evolves to the future. So if you have your dream and you start living it and practicing it as you go, then you see it in your future. It comes. And sometimes you don't even know it's there. All of a sudden it's there and you're like, did I do that? Yes, you did it.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. You know, so choosing a life you love, installing the daydream, accessing your own intuition and your own genius, as well as the community. I mean, here we are, there's 4 of us here who after this time together in all of these vulnerable conversations inside of our safe container, every single week we get together and we create a very safe container where we can ask for what we need and offer what we can. And also where we practice claiming our dreams, being witnessed, claiming our dreams so that our friends can hold us accountable, as well as participate in our dreams with us, as well as to collaborate on making dreams together. Now, a lot of people here in this room are collaborating. Shayla and I are collaborated. Donna and I have collaborated. Robin and I are talking about a collaboration, about creating projects together because it feels good and it's fun. And now we're in service to something greater than ourselves. So there's what other, besides this, what are the things I've mentioned, you guys, like these features or these benefits of dream intending? What are some of the things you look forward to or the things you miss when we are on break in between sessions? What are some of your favorite things about dream intending?
I like the intuition. I like those. I like practicing that because I've been practicing it on my own. I've been telling Robin that I decided my partner likes to play the lottery tickets. So I decided to go with him and just pick one and just see if he was going to pick the same one. And he didn't. And I told him to pick the other one and it came out a winner. So I tried it with him and then I got bold and tried it myself. And I'm 20 out of 20 now. I've picked them right. I didn't pick the millions yet, but I will because my dream, billion, million, I have a picture there.
Right.
And I have all that money for my use for servicing my people.
Right. And to buy that island.
That's right. And have that retreat there.
Right. Right on. Shayla, what's one of the things you look forward to or features or favorite things for you personally about dream intending?
Well, I know Donna already mentioned the intuition, but that is a favorite thing of mine. But also, I keep thinking back to it was when you were talking about the hummingbird and it was the 4 corners, right? So just coming back to more of the grounded, honor the earth, like, because this is how everything works. It's when you're connected with everything around you that you're able to follow your intuition, you're able to follow your dreams. Things will come out of nowhere that will change everything for you. And all of a sudden you're one step closer to that dream that you didn't realize you had. And so everything just builds on top of each other to give you this whole array of things that you can do with your life.
Right. Yeah. Thank you. Intuition, let's just talk about that for a hot second. We all have it. This is not something that, you have to, some people have it, some people don't. It's not a woo or a magical thing. We all have it, but we're taught not to use it. We're told not to daydream. We're told to, to be the sheep, not the shepherd in a way. Right. But we all have intuition. And my favorite example of that is you think of someone you love, and then a hot second later, they call you on the phone and say, my God, I was just thinking about you. Like, no way, me too. Like it's the field of information, and we can get quiet and we can access these fields of information. We can ask questions and come back with wisdoms. We can also talk about, our guardian angels or spirit animals or our spirit guides. They kind of communicate in a similar fashion. And so what we do in this work is we remind ourselves how to take our brain to brain gym and do some flexing on our focus on our intuitive skills. And the more that we practice, the more that we flex our focus, the better we get. And the better we get, the more we trust it. And the more we trust it, the more laser beam focused it becomes. Right. And so that's one of the tools and features that we do every single week in dream intending. So that, thank you. For those of you out there in the world who are wondering what we're talking about, that's one of the four corners of the foundation of living a life you love. Yeah. Well, listen, let's begin to wrap up our little meeting today. I don't want to go too long for those of you out there watching us, as well. I want to honor your guys' time this evening. As we move forward into dream intending, I've offered all of you guys a chance to, to step up and to bring your own wisdom forward. And it's the same offer I make to anybody who's in dream intending, because we all have a gift to give. We all have our true nature, who we really are, and our purpose, the gift that only we are here to give. And I know that as we come back around and we come back into the crucible of our safe conversations, what are the three of you going to bring? What have you learned, or what wisdoms have you grown, or dreams that you've achieved, or successes that you've attained that you're going to bring back to dream intending when we come back again? Anybody? Yeah.
I know I mentioned I had to acknowledge my dead hopes and dreams at the beginning of this. Well, in doing that, it's brought up a lot more. Well, let me back up. So when I joined dream intending, I was at the very beginning stages of grief. I had just lost my son and didn't know what to do or what my dreams were. And in having to go through the process of grief and find meaning again with what was left of things, it brought up the opportunity for Corey and I to work on a project together. And that's one of the things that I'm bringing with it, is because we're all grieving it, regardless of what it might be. And sometimes when that happens, you feel like you've lost your identity. You don't know what your foundation is. You might lose some of your footing. But in doing this work that Corey and I are doing, it's helping you find your values and create your identity, and also leading into this life that you love. So this project I'm bringing into it. But in addition to that, I'm writing children's books. So this is coming out now. And this was something that I didn't know was a dream of mine. I recently got reconnected with my inner child. She was like, why do you think we were reading so many books at that age? Awesome. So it's time.
In the dream intending community, I can think of at least 5 books that did not exist even in dreamland that are now well on their way to becoming reality. And one of them is a piece that Shayla and I are working on. And then Joanne's working on 2 or 3. And I think there's a couple others in our community as well. So when we start doing our dream work, our dreams start to come true. It's pretty amazing. Yeah. Donna, what about you? What are you going to bring? What are you bringing back?
When I bring it back to you guys?
Or just when you're coming back to dream intending.
Oh, I'm going to bring myself back full of joy and positivity. I'm going to bring back something. We're going to do something out of this world and gigantic together, because I have found that I can find joyful boundaries in the things that I need to do, instead of just making the boundaries something strict. But now I'm putting the joy and seeing the boundaries and experiencing the freedom. So that's something I'd like to share with the group. And it was an aha moment for me. So something like that, I think, is going to be good. And of course, since dream attending now, I'm working on a signature show that I'm going to be doing on Facebook. So I've been working on that. That's part of my dream. So I'm learning how to do the lighting and things like that, and speaking in front of the camera. Because now I feel I have something to share, something to share for the world that they could hear.
Right.
Meaningful.
Well, I love the idea of understanding boundaries from a new perspective. Instead of a cement wall with razor wire on top, it could be a picket fence with a gate that locks on your side with flowers.
Right.
Right, right. And I'm Robin.
Oh boy, I get new insights about new things every day. You know, and I definitely credit Dream Intending with that. And you're going to be hearing a lot more from me because I have a feeling that yeah, I just feel like it's time. And right now, I think I'm working on some kind of an eco-spiritual. I don't know what it is. I don't even know what it is that's coming out, but it's something. It might be a book. It might be a series of poems. It might be a collection of something. It might be a I don't know, something theatrical. Who knows? But that's coming out, and I don't know if I'm collaborating with Joanne and maybe Trudy on that one. I don't know. Donna, Shayla, and I had talked about grief and loss and hope and joy and working on something with that. So, and then there's like, I don't know, like every day I come out with something.
Right.
It's mind blowing. So
I love that, we are hanging out in the realm of possibility.
yeah.
Because I really believe that I think when we all met, we were not doing that.
Yeah, no, I feel like
we were
I've
reacting.
just tapped into some kind of like universal abundance, and it's like right here. And
how does that feel? Let's talk about that. When you're
it's just so awesome. It's just amazing.
compared to who you used to be.
Yeah, no, because before I wasn't. So so yeah, it's like expansive, to be expansive versus being like kind of closed in and
and we're doing
feeling like self-protecting. Now I don't feel like I need to do that anymore. I don't,
the biggest switchcraft that we make in this work. And I love that word, switchcraft, and we use it intentionally, is because we are switching our mindset, from reacting to our world to creating in the world. Because you can't do both at the same time. It's one or the other. And, in the world right now can no longer afford to only describe what is broken in fierce detail without prescribing the solutions to those things from a compassionate and caring and loving heart. And that's what we're doing here, is we're switchcrafting from describing what's broken all day long to prescribing solutions all day long. And if we manifest what we think about, that's what we're manifesting. Well, that's probably a good place to wrap up our little chat. I want to just thank you, Shayla, Donna, and Robin, for popping in and having a quick little chat about dream intending as we get ready to start again. September 16th, coming up in 10 days, the next 11-week journey of dream intending begins. And if any of this out there, if this resonates with you, there's going to be a link right here where you can direct message me on Facebook, and I would love to talk to you about that one-on-one to see if we are a good fit. And let's see if you're ready to put yourself first and to dream gigantically in this way. So once again, everybody, thank you, Shayla, Robin, and Donna. I'm Corey Three-Wing with Dream Intending Experience, and I wish you the very best. Be well.